to a new session on exception handling. Writing the code that works when everything goes right is easy. Writing code that survives when things goes wrong. That is what separates a student from a professional engineer. Today we are learning how to build robustness into our Java application. Let's begin with the definition of exception. Exception is an event that disrupts the normal flow of instructions. Imagine you are driving to the university. The normal flow is driving down the road. A flat tire is an exception, it stops you. Crucially, distinguish between error versus an exception. An error in Java is like out of memory error. It's just like imagine a earthquake destroying the road. You, the driver, cannot fix that. An exception is like a flat tire. You can get out, change the tire, catch the exception, and finish your drive. Why do we bother? Look at the console output on the left. The red text is crash. If you don't handle the exception, the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, simply terminates. It quits. If this is a banking app and it crashes while transferring money, you have a disaster. Exception handling allows for graceful degradation. Even if a file is missing, the app shouldn't close. It should tell the user file not found and let them try again. Java organizes all problems in class hierarchy. At top is throwable. Below we split into two. Error, the earthquake, don't try to catch these. And exception, the flat tire, we handle these. Inside exception, there is a special subclass called runtime exception. These are usually your fault, logic error. Everything else is usually environment's fault, like network down, file missing, etc. This distinction is the favorite interview question. Catch checked exception. The compiler acts like a strict parent. It sees code that might fail, like reading a file, and forces you to handle it immediately. You cannot compile the code without writing try catch. Unchecked exceptions. The compiler trusts you. It assumes you checked if a number is zero before dividing it. It won't force you to write a try catch, but if you mess up, the program crashes at the runtime. You will see these five constantly: arithmetic exception, math errors, null pointer exception, the most famous bug in the Java history, trying to use a dot operator on a null reference. Array index out of bound, trying to access index 10 in an array of size 5. Number format exception, trying to turn the string into an integer. At last, we have IO exception, which is input output failure. For example, file not found. This is the syntax. We wrap the Brisky code in the try block. It's like putting a safety net under the tightrope walker. If they fall, which means exception occurs, they don't hit the ground. They land into the catch block. The code inside the catch executes to fix the problem or log it. And then, this is the key, the program continues running below the block. You can have multiple catch blocks. It's like a filter. Does error match the first type? No. The second, yes. Crucial rule, always catch the most specific exception first. If you catch a generic exception first, it will catch everything, and the specific block below it will become unreachable code. Moving on to nested try catch. So when you write a try catch block inside another try catch, such condition is called as nested try catch. This is used when a block may cause one error, while the whole block of code might produce another error. This is the syntax for nested try catch. Now we have a finally block. It is a cleanup crew. It runs no matter what. If there is an exception in our code, finally runs. If there is no exception, finally runs. Written statement in the try block finally still runs before the method actually returns. We use this to close database connection of file streams so that we don't leak memory. Sometimes you want to cause an error. Perhaps a user tries to withdraw negative money. That's not a syntax error, but it is a logic error. You use the throw keyword to manually trigger an exception object. This stops the function and signals an error to the caller. Throws keyword. Notice the S at the end. This goes to the method signature. It's a warning sign. It tells any other method that is calling this one, hey, I might explode with an IO exception, so better be ready to handle it. If you use throws, the responsibility of handling the error is passed up to the caller. To recap the difference, throw is an action. You do it inside the code. You throw an instance, which is the object. Throws. Throws is the declaration. You do it inside in the method signature. You declare a class type. You can declare multiple exceptions. Whereas throw, you cannot declare multiple exceptions. You can declare only one exception. User defined exception. Java does not have invalid age exception. You can create your own exception. Just the thing is, you need to create a class and it has to extend exception. If you want it to be checked exception, and if you want it to be unchecked exception, then you need to extend runtime exception. This is a very important point to be remembered. This makes your code much more readable. Exception propagation. Imagine a CEO asks a manager for a report, who asks a worker. If the worker has a problem, in our terms it's exception, and can't fix it, they pass it to the manager. If the manager can't fix it, it goes to the CEO. If the CEO can't fix it, the company shuts down. In our terms, JVM crashes. This passing of the buck up the call stack is called propagation. If an exception is not caught in the current method, it drops down the call stack to the previous method. This continues until it catches it or reaches the main, causing a crash. Before we finish, here is how to be a pro. Do not catch the exception that hides bugs. Do not leave a catch block empty. This is called swallowing the exception and makes debugging impossible later. Throw exceptions early in your method if arguments are invalid. So we have covered the hierarchy, the try catch finally syntax, the difference between checked and unchecked, and how to create custom exceptions. Thank you for watching this video. Meet you in another session.